We are on handout 7. So we took notes last time we met on handout 6 and 8. So this is right in between. Okay, so grab your notes. Give you a second to get it. Make sure you're on the right page. And we're going to knock out these short notes, and then we're going to do 7 examples, and then you're going to just go practice on your own. Okay. All right. If you're not done, go ahead and pause the video so you can grab your stuff real quick. Okay. All right. 2-step inequalities follow the same rules for isolating the variable. So our goal is to still isolate that variable. Okay. Again, we're still undoing the operations by doing those inverse operations. Okay. Add and subtract are best friends. Multiply and divide are best friends. That's what we're trying to do. Okay. So first we want to undo the addition or subtraction with the inverse. Again, there's that vocab word, inverse operations. Okay. So every single time first you're trying to undo, add, or subtract. Okay. You are looking for that plain number or that constant. Okay. Your first goal is to get rid of that plain number, that constant. Get rid of it. Okay. The way you get rid of it is add or subtract. Okay. If there's nothing to add or subtract because it's a 1-step, then you want to undo multiplication or division. Again, by doing the inverse or the opposite direction operation. Okay. This is our coefficient. The number that is attached to your variable, a coefficient. Okay. Plain number first, then get rid of who's attached, who's hanging out with your x, who's like stuck. Okay, you want to get rid of them second. Okay, when you multiply or divide, this is the new part. Okay, when you multiply or divide by a negative number. So this is a new step, so make sure you pay close attention. Okay, this is a new step. If you multiply or divide by a negative number, your inequality sign gets flipped. Your inequality sign gets flipped. Okay, be careful for those negative signs. Okay, finally, our goal once again is to isolate the variable, that unknown. And then again, the reason I love algebra is because it is self-checking. But we're going to check our inequality sign. The biggest thing that people do when it's not like a test is they write equals. Okay, it's not equals. Make sure you bring down whatever sign you have. You're going to bring it down. Okay. So at the top, I want to write this really big. If your coefficient is negative, okay? If your coefficient is negative, you're going to flip the inequality. Okay, and I'll give you some examples, but that's what we're going to do. If the coefficient is negative, you're going to flip the inequality. The coefficient is negative, flip. Coefficient is negative, flip. Okay, so you can look at the problem and decide immediately if you need to flip before you even do any math. Okay, we're going to do 7 examples, and then I'm going to let you practice on your own. Okay, so our first one here. Just like equations, we want to draw our lines so that we're doing the same thing to both sides. Okay. First thing I want to do is check my coefficient. Okay. That coefficient is positive, so I'm not flipping the sign. Okay. Now I'm going to look for my plain number. Okay. So that positive 9 is your plain number. The opposite or the inverse is to subtract 9 or minus 9. Again, this is just like equations. Okay. 9 minus 9 cancels out, which is exactly what I want. I'm left with 5x. 17 minus 9 is 8. Okay. All right. Now I have 5x is less than 8. Okay, I'm not done because something else is still with my x, that 5. So right now 5 is being multiplied. Opposite is divide. Mark them off. X is less than. Now this isn't going to go in nice and neat and perfect, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. I'm going to make it to a mixed number. So I have 8. It's 1 and 3/5. 1 and 3/5. Okay. On the assignments that you're going to be doing, yours will not be, I'm pretty sure there's no crazy numbers like that. I forgot. I worked them out, but I don't remember. Okay. All right. Let's look at the next one. Automatically, I notice something. I notice that I have a negative coefficient. Okay. When I have a negative coefficient, what am I supposed to do? Flip. Okay. So before I do any math, I'm flipping this sign. Okay. I'm changing it because it was a negative coefficient. Do that first so you don't forget. Okay. Now it's just a regular old algebra problem. Okay. My plain number is -3 or -3. The opposite, the inverse, is +3. Okay. If I owe someone $3 and I give them $3, I cancel that debt out. Okay. So now I'm left with -2x is less than 16. Okay. Now I want to get rid of my coefficient, my coefficient, which is attached to my variable. Okay. Remember, this is -2 times x. Okay. The opposite of times is divide. Okay. You have to divide by everything. So divide by -2. Okay. Again, these guys cancel out. Over here, I'm left with x is less than -8. Again, you got to remember your integer rules and be careful. Okay. The thing that most people are still messing up on is this -2. They're thinking +2. But ask yourself, is that being added or subtracted to the x? And the answer is no. Okay. So just remember, if the sign is not right before the x, then it's multiply or divide. Okay. That's how you know it's a coefficient. Okay. All right. Below, we have number 1. Draw my line. Positive coefficient, I'm good. So let's start solving this bad boy. Okay. I want to get rid of my plain number, which is that 10. Okay. 10, the opposite is -10. Over here, -10. Okay. 10 minus 10 cancels out, so that's 0. I'm left with 3k is less than or equal to 12. Okay, that's step 1. But now I have a coefficient. I have something who is attached. To get rid of it, I do the inverse, the opposite. So I'm going to divide by 3 because it's being multiplied. So k is less than or equal to 4. Okay, we'll do the check in a minute. I just want to practice solving these. Okay, number 2. As I scoot it over, I immediately notice that I have a negative coefficient. Okay, remember when you have a negative coefficient, which means a negative number attached to your variable, you're going to flip that symbol. So now it goes like this. Okay. Ooh, and technically, well, we'll do this first. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve it. I want to get rid of my plain number, which is -5. The opposite is +5. +5. Okay, this side is 24 equals, not equals, sorry, less than -4p. Okay, now I still have a coefficient, which means I have to do the opposite. Right now it's being multiplied. The opposite would be divide by -4. P and then -6. Now, the first day, not the first day, but yesterday, whatever, last time we met, one of the first things that we said is that you have to use your variable as a starting point. Okay. On day 6, we said the variable is your starting point. So you have to flip these before you graph. Okay. So I need to flip them. So these guys are switching places. P -6. Remember when you flip, then this guy gets flipped again. Okay. So this one was a double flipper. That does not happen very often. Okay. Don't get used to flipping because it does not happen very often. So now P is greater than or just greater than -6. Okay. All right. Number 3. Draw my line. My plane number is that +3. The inverse is -3. Okay, those guys cancel out. I'm left with 1/2 r is less than, okay, same sign means sum. So -6 plus -3 is -9. Okay, same sign sum. Same sign sum. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. Sorry. Okay. I thought I was not recording, but I am, I hope. Okay. So now 1/2 in, I'm going to flip that 1/2 because it's a fraction. So 2/1, 2. Okay, these guys cancel out. R is less than -18. Okay, R is less than -18. Okay, I'm going to show you the check very last, but I do want to show you the graph real quick. Okay, so just put 4 somewhere on the number line. Doesn't really matter because the line is over it. Under it. It's a closed circle. And then we are, sorry guys, Mr. Alexander's distracting me. Okay. So it says K is less than 4, so I'm going to go this way. Okay. On number 2, -6 is my answer. It does not have a line, so that means it's open. P is greater than -6, so it's going right there. And finally, -18 is my answer. It does not have a line, which means it's open. And R is less than -18, so it's going this direction. Okay, so when you're graphing, check for the number, check for open or closed circle, and then check which direction the arrow is going. I am going to come back to check very last. I want to do 2 more examples with you. Okay, we're not doing all these. Okay, do 2 quick examples with you. I have them circled. Okay, we're going to do number 4 and number 11. Okay. 4 is x over 4 plus 8 less than 41. This is number 4. Okay. All right, draw my line. Plane number is is plus 8. Inverse or opposite is -8. Over here, -8. Cancel. X over 4. 41 minus 8 is 33. X is being divided by 4. The opposite, the inverse, is times 4. So over here, times 4. Then we have X is less than 33 times 4, which is 12, 113, 132. Okay, so X is less than 132. Okay, here's my work. Double check yours. Up here by 4, I'm going to put X is less than 132. And then I'm going to put 132 here. I'm going to put an open circle. And I'm going to go to the left. Okay, you can put it on the number line. I hate putting on the number line because I feel like it's messy, but they didn't leave us much room here. So it's going open this direction. Okay. All right, last one we're going to do together is number 11. -10x plus 25 is less than or equal to 5. Okay, I automatically realized there was a negative coefficient. Hopefully you know by now that a negative coefficient means to flip. So I'm changing the direction. Okay, I'm flipping it. Okay. I want to get rid of my plane number, which is plus 25. The opposite is minus 25. Okay, over here, minus 25. Okay. On this side, they cancel out. Here, I have 5 minus 25. So the signs are different. So I am going to subtract. And the negative team has the most points, so it's a negative. Negative 20. Okay, over here, I'm left with negative 10x. Okay. And then my sign is still going to be the same. But now negative 10 is being multiplied with x. The opposite, the inverse, is to divide by negative 10. Okay? Remember, the minus sign is not in front of the x, so it's not a subtraction problem. Okay? Cancel out. X is less than or equal to 2. Okay? X is, sorry, not less than, X is greater than or equal to 2. Okay? Do one step at a time. So over here, 11. X is greater than or equal to 2. Because it has the line under it, it's going to be a closed circle. So fill that circle in. And x is greater than. So I'm looking for the numbers that are greater than, which is this way. Okay. You're going to do some practice now.